There you go. See live on the internet.
I am not the long-winded one in this marriage, so it's one of each. I am the homeschool liaison, social worker for 5th through 8th grade here at Camdenton Rotary. This is my 7th year there. Time has flown by. My job has changed through the 7 years based on the needs of the children. After COVID, we saw a need increase greatly. Cost of living increased, as we all know, not just here at the lake, but nationwide. What I'm supposed to come here and talk about is our food program. So we do have a buddy pack program that runs K through 12. That buddy pack program, let's see, right now we feed 248 kids in the elementary buildings. So K through 4th grade feeds 248 kids a week. And that's a buddy pack, so it comes pre-packed, goes in their backpacks. Teachers put it in their backpacks. Students, their peers don't see it, so it's not as, there's stigma behind it, but at that level, just goes in their backpacks and they go home. Costs $7.50 a week per kid. So if you do the math on that, it's $270 a year per kid. At my 2 schools, which is 5th grade through 8th grade, I do what I kind of renamed it Laker Market. At that age, we found that the buddy packs were getting in their locker taller and taller. We were throwing more away than we liked. Just getting rid of the waste, we turn into Laker Market. So I have like a mini supermarket in both my classrooms. The kids come down every Thursday and they pack what they feel they need for at home. At that age, they know what they like to eat. It's all easy food for them. It may not be the healthiest because I have to make the dollar stretch, but it's kind of the infancy fed is best. I want these kids to eat. They're not going to always take vegetables. Vegetables are an option. I don't take it. Again, it's the waste. They have the mac and cheese, the ramen, the spaghetti, the oatmeal, cereal, and they pack a little bag and take it with them every Thursday. When we have a long break, we have them come twice in a week or pack large bags. At Oak Ridge, which is just 2 grades, we have around 500 kids in the building. And out of that, I have around 45 kids a week come down. They look forward to it. It's very Thursdays, as Brett can tell you, Thursdays are my favorite day of the week. I wake up so excited that these kids get to come in and see me. It's the highlight of their week too, because sometimes I get to add fun foods for them. And Counter Cove was a huge supplier of food for me at my 2 schools this year. They came in with a trailer of food, cereals, meat sticks, just stuff the kids don't usually have at home, special cereals, not just the Cheerios. They love that. At middle school, the need is probably still high, but I don't get to see the kids as often. They know where I'm at, my door's open, they come in, but I serve around 20 kids there. Not near as high, which is unfortunate, but I do send an email to them every week saying, hey, I'm here, I'd love to see you. And it goes to every student. So every once in a while, I'll get a new student pop in. They all know me, I talk at rallies. I'm in the hallway, I give high fives. So the kids know who I am by middle school because they had me at the elementary level. So that trying to meet somebody new that's helping you, that I don't know if you ever tried to befriend a 13 or 14-year-old, it would not be easy. But it's easier when they're 11 and 12. So they've earned that trust from me by the time they get to middle school. That's pretty huge. The food bank is who supplies our buddy packs to us at the elementary level, and they bring us food to the Laker Market. What they provide is not enough based on our need. They do not provide enough to feed 45 kids a week at the building. And so the extra donations comes from Encounter Code. It comes from individuals and monetary donations. It comes from people saying, hey, I was at Walmart and I bought a case of ramen. That case of ramen will last me a week. It's just those little things that have kept it going and kept it going very successful. I found that the transition to the Laker Market has been a great transition. The kids really enjoy it. Let's see, anything else I have? The high school level, it's Laker Market, but they receive even a less than I do at middle school. Horizons has a freezer. They keep frozen food and cold food as well. Because a lot of those kids are living on their own. They're living with other people that maybe aren't their families, so they take home frozen food because they drive. Essentially, don't give any perishable food because it gets left on a bus, gets left in a locker, and that's it. Yeah, I know. Think about it, right? That's about all I have.
Go to summer program.
I do, that is separate. I do run the summer program, but it is separate. It's not through the food bank and it's not through the school. Encounter Cove has a grant, it's a 5-year grant. And they call it a summer food program, short and sweet. And we feed, we have 600 kids registered right now. And that will increase to around 1,200 by August. So, what that is the cars on Tuesdays, starting at 4 o'clock, they start lining up about 3 hours before, which is unreal. And if you register, let's say you have 2 kids, register both their kids, you get 2 gallons of milk and 14, you get a gallon of milk and 14 meals per child. So if you pull up with registered 5 kids, they give you 5 gallons of milk. And you're required to take the milk because it's part of the program. So that's a super neat program.
I go to food.
Oh, yes, at that one, the summer food program, I have quite a crew. It's a fun crew of teachers, lunchroom ladies, because they're masters at what they do. Teachers, counselors, just a great group of people from the school that come together, and we have to pack 600 to 800 bags every week. It does not come pre-packed. And that includes waffles, cereal, Uncrustables, applesauce, raisins, cheese sticks, meat sticks, juice. You've been there lots.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it is a
Good
lot.
stuff.
But we feed the kids year round. Don't want kids to go hungry, that's for sure.
Since the state has changed their way to do expired goods, it used to be grocery stores couldn't donate any. Now they can. Are you on any of those programs with like for state?
I am not. I am not, I don't know if they go to the food bank on that. I do have a poster to go to my rooms, because some kids, you know, they only know what their parents tell them. Who says in this cereal is expired? Yes, but if we look up here, I have a year, we have a year. Expired just means best by, doesn't mean it's gonna make sense. Milk is the only thing I can't live out. We have milk that is shelf stable. Once you get it cold, it's great. Same with yogurt. I have yogurt that's shelf stable. Those are the only 2 things I can't give out unless it's expired. But I'm not, but I will look into that. Appreciate that.
So you do middle school and one of the school Camdenton.
Mhm.
Do they have other schools that have a similar program that you do?
Yes, so
Like
every
Mercy Dad?
every building has a program like mine. I just don't run it. The counselors run it at all the other buildings. OBE and Hurricane Deck have a Laker Market similar to ours, and their volunteers help them keep stocked. At that level, asking a 2nd or 3rd grader to pack their bags, you know, what are they gonna? They don't know what to take home. So they have the donations like I do. The supermarket look, and then the volunteers pack it, and they put it in their bags. So it's not a pre-packed buddy pack. The food bank, their budget has been cut drastically in the last few years. And as expensive as those buddy packs are, they're making a push to go towards the market where the kids come pack themselves or the volunteers pack and put it in. Because their budget's been cut, it's easier for them to get a truckload of cereal than it is to try and pack, you know, that many buddy packs. Just easier on their budget, which is harder on us too, but we just make it work. Our community is amazing. I make a Facebook post and I'm low on something. By the end of the day, I'm set for months. We have tremendous community that does not let our at-risk children go without. It's something, I've never seen anything like it.
Do you have like a drop off or stuff, and is it too late in the year now?
Yes, I squirrel away food and monetary donations for the next year, because I never know what it's gonna look like year to year. I kick off my food that first week, because who knows the last time it said, you know, warm food, decent food. No, I squirrel away.
We just drop off.
Yeah, I personally work at Oak Ridge in the middle school. If you don't know where Oak Ridge is at, if you know, everybody knows where football is at. Right? So just keep on going down the hill, what we used to call the upper elementary, bottom of the hill. So. What? So yes, it's at the bottom of the hill and I'm there, and then at the middle school, which is the old school. That's where Matt and I, we accept any and all, because we just appreciate it. If you go through your cabinet, and you're like, hey, we've not eaten this. I get random, like, here's a box of, we give it away, it's great, great. When we do food drives, that food drives keep us going at the school, it's huge. Bread is great in regards to if we do a food drive at the elementary building. And say the homeroom class with the most donations wins a pizza party. We'll even eat these kind of stuff we get, so they'll do for pizza. So it's great. We do a Coke drive. I also handle hygiene. They can pick up hygiene items while they're in there. Feminine products for our girls is also available for them. At middle school, we have 3 lockers for feminine products that is fully stocked at all times, so our girls don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about going to the nurse and being seen. The lockers are unlocked at all times, and they can go if they get what they need. There's also deodorant in there for them too. And that's at middle school. At Oak Ridge, I have those products available for them in the food bank along with their hygiene products. I also handle Laker Closet, which is a classroom full of clothing. And I have 2 volunteers that spend 4 hours a week in there organizing, cleaning, hanging. It's just a super nice area for them to go in, and it's sorted. A lot of the clothes are new, but the donated ones tend to be the nicer ones because people are donating at North Face jackets for kids to take. It's unreal. Kids who don't have shoes, Idiots Club. If you don't know who they are, oh my goodness. If I say a kid really at the high school level wants Doc Martens to fit in, they will make sure. It is unreal. They want a kid to feel like any other kid. Twice a year, they supply us with shoes as needed. Go to Under Armour and they'll bring me 50 pairs of shoes to make sure I'm stocked. So, yeah. Hygiene, Laker Closet, food. It's the important stuff I do. And I love it. Any questions?
Housework with you all.
I'm sorry.
Housework with you all.
So we tend to not get anything from the land house, but we send families to. And if we have a surplus of something after a coat drive, I do coat drive every 2 years. We get around 400 coats a week. I can't store 400 coats, so we donate coats. We donate when we do a food drive. We keep what that I know the kids will take and donate the rest. A hygiene drive, the same thing. So we tend to send families to them and then send our surplus stuff. Everybody's working together.
So donations to people, middle school level or food or personal items, or someone can see always in need.
I know this for food. I know this sounds silly, but ramen noodle. I know, right? But so I learned this the hard way. I was getting the cup of noodles thinking kids don't have to worry about finding a bowl. At Oak Ridge, they were so excited about these cup of noodles, they were scrolling away in their locker, eating at school. Which defeats the purpose of having food at home, right? Blame them if they don't get it, they don't want to share with their brother or mom or whoever, but that defeated the purpose of it. So at the 5th and 6th grade building, I do the ramen, the square ramens. You know, at the middle school level, I give the couple ramen. So that's the difference. Ramen, that is the number one, and I don't mind asking people for ramen because they can run. Mac and cheese is the other one. That's with it.
Austin, what about the?
They love those too. I just don't have that in my budget. I see. I can feed a family of 3 or 4 and then so I just have to be budget friendly. But they do love the easy mac. Goes fast too. Spicy ramen, who knew? Spicy ramen goes fast. Not my thing, but and the food bank's great about giving veggies and fruits. So that's always available to them. I don't make them take anything. Take what they want at my level. Well, they're old enough to do what they like, don't like what they can't. But
I thought it was just not hygiene, just soaps, shampoos.
Deodorant. That's my number one. I don't know where it goes because they take a new one every 3 weeks. I don't go for deodorant. But somehow they do. I think maybe a sibling takes it, a mom takes it, or they leave one in their locker. But I don't ask questions. If you deodorant, take deodorant. We all want it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever worked in like 6th grade this time of year.
Yeah.
When the heat starts, Christine, you know.
Well, thank Teen Spirit.
So deodorant is my number one. Deodorant and conditioner. Can't ever see conditioner. Yeah, deodorant.
Not shampoo.
I get lots of shampoo, but for some reason my conditioner goes fast. Don't ask questions, I just keep it in stock.
No.
I appreciate you guys having me.
So you talked about perishable food, the story. So 1976, like the end of the 3rd grade last day of school. I walk in the front door of the house, go to the entryway closet, I toss my dog. Not naked or anything. Well,
Lunchbox.
mom opened up my penis lunchbox or yeah, she would call it forever then the whole surprise. Because I had all kinds of. Oh, I learned the second milk in it, so mom was super happy with that. An entire son.
Bamba socks. You guys have heard about the Bamba socks program. Right? You buy a pair of the donate. Bamba's donates hundreds and hundreds of pairs of cancer. It's amazing. So if Idiots Club gives us shoes, they give us socks as well, but I can give a kid enough socks for 2 weeks. They may not have long feet. We have a lot going on. We have showers at both of my 2 schools. I have a couple kids that don't have water at home. So they shower, got those up and running. We have a lot of washer and dryer. We had that put in a couple of years ago. I have fought hard for our kids these last 7 years. I've not been told no yet, but I'm sure I'll catch a no somewhere along the lines. If a kid is kind of stinky at school, I call home just thinking what's going on. Yeah, we don't have a washer and dryer. It's usually what I ask, where do you wash your clothes? You know, it might be the laundromat that mom and dad are currently laid off because it's December at the lake. I can either send home quarters, roll of quarters, or I have a laundry program where I send a duffel bag home and they send back the kids' clothes on Monday. I wash, dry, fold, send home. We do that until they can do that. That doesn't happen very often, but we do often.
So you also need, laundry supplies like that too.
Oh, we'll always say kids. We have what we call a Looking Good program at school. We have a wonderful donation every year from the public that helps the whole school, Camdenton. So if a kid needs an outfit outside of Idiots Club, just one outfit for whatever it might be, or we're running low on sweatpants or shorts, whatever it might, we might have a need for in a Laker closet, and we use that money. I just bought us a new washer and dryer for the school because I think that washer and dryer was as old as the building. So that program is able to purchase the washer and dryer, and then going on laundry, so it's needed too, but we never say no to donations, because then that money could be spent elsewhere. We shift things around based on where the needs are. It's a cool program. We're very blessed to allow them to do it.
Questions for him? Awesome, thank you for all.
Thank you.